Hi guys, just listening to my Bible. Light the Torch was on, and Pour My Heart Out. Great track. Yeah, it's just a continuance of yesterday. I put on a post about health and diet and stuff like that, and I got a comment from a friend of mine, and yeah, he's looking into it as well. He's doing the Celtic salt and such, the honey. He says, and he posted a little link to some other herbs and such on the site on the comments. Now, when I woke up this morning, I looked at his messages. It made me realise a lot of the stuff that I forget when I pick up this phone. So what I did today was got some notes. As I was driving around and that, I just thought I'd write down some notes of the things that I'm thinking about to do with health that I wanted to mention yesterday in the video. But again, it was getting on for 10 minutes. I think that video was something like that. So it's good to split it into two, I suppose. It might be a part of the fate of it all. Right, but anyway, one of the things is, let's start with margarine. One of the worst things you can eat. It really is bad for you. It's so bad for you. It is a fake. And again, like the oils, they were made for machinery. Excuse me. Margarine was created to fatten chickens. But what they found was, after about 3 or 4 months, most of the chickens were dying of heart attacks. So, and obviously this is before they need to kill them and get the value of the meat from them. So obviously it wasn't economically feasible for them to do stuff like that. So they thought, well, we've got all this stuff now that we're trying to feed these chickens, and we can't feed the chickens it because they're going to die. What can we do with it? I know. Let's feed it to humans and tell them it's a healthy alternative to butter. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Anyway, that's what they did. So basically, you want to be eating not margarine. Instead of margarine, go for butter. There's nothing wrong with butter, yeah? People are so scared of fat and all this think it's so bad for you. If you think fat's bad for you, you should see some of the stuff that's in margarine that's really bad for you. What it is, margarine is it's a totally foreign substance to the body. The human body does not know what it is. It's one of them products that when you eat it, the body almost sees it like you've consumed plastic or something. So what it does, it just throws all this fat at it. Hence the reason why it takes so long to get rid of this stuff. It really, really does. And when you get all this like the cellulite, the uneven fat in your body, I think it's called cellulite. When you get all that is usually from foods that have got margarine in. Butter is a much more healthy alternative. Right, that's the first one. Also, when you're eating, I'm a big fan of tea. I love tea. I put me honey and me Celtic salt in my teas when I drink them. I'm going to start putting salt in all my tea now, I think. I don't think I'm getting enough of it. I'm going to try and up it up to half a teaspoon a day, see if that makes it any better. But anyway, do not drink tea when you're eating your food, because the tea, it leaches out your nutrients of the food. It stops you from absorbing the nutrients from your foods. So it's probably best to wait about half an hour before you have a cup of tea. I'm a big fan of having like a nice breakfast with my cup of tea, but I'm going to stop doing that now. Now that I've learned about this, tea leaches out the nutrients from the meal that you're eating with it. All right, and a few other things. I don't drink tap water. I have bottled water. I always use the bottled water. And again, if you want to see why, I'll tell you what you need to do. Buy a bottle of water from the shop. Mountain water, mineral water, mountain water. Hopefully it's fresh from the mountains. And bottle up. Get a bottle of tap water and get a bottle of mineral water. Now, what you want to do is, if you want to see what shit is in your tap water, okay, is put it in the freezer. Come back the next day and let them unfreeze. And take them both out and unfreeze them, and you'll see in the bottom of the tap water, it looks like it's got like white snowflakes in it. Tiny little flecks of whiteness in the bottom of the thing. Obviously, that's not good for you. Whereas if you were to look at your mineral water, it hasn't got any of that in it. It is pristine. It is almost as clear as it was before you froze it. So that's a telltale sign of whether you've got good water or bad water. Now, some people can't afford bottled water and they have to use tap water. Now, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's not the worst thing in the world. You're just going to have to take a few steps, really, before you drink it and get some health benefits from the water that you drink. Because water doesn't actually do anything for you. Because there's people that haven't drunk water for years and they're still alive. But then again, they've replaced their water with coconut water or coconut milk, which is, it's like pure water but with flavour. And obviously it's a lot healthier for you because it's grown by nature and the sun. But yeah, if you're going to use tap water, what I would suggest you do is you boil it in a pan, not in the kettle, because you need to add, I don't know if you shouldn't be too bad actually. You might be able to put salt in the kettle. I don't think it'd be that much problem. So I just could boil it in the kettle, but personally I'd rinse out the kettle as much as I possibly could to get all the lime scale out and such, and then fill up the kettle. I think most of them are 2 litres. In your 2 litres you want to put a 1/4 teaspoon of Celtic salt, but don't put it in while it's boiling. Wait until it's finished boiling and it's stopped moving. Wait until the water stopped moving. And then what you want to do is you want to put your Celtic salt in the water after that's happened. Let it cool on the side for a bit and then put it in the fridge. When it's cold enough to drink, and that's not actually that bad for you because you've added your own nutrients to it. So at least you're getting some valuable nutrients from the water. But yeah, when you're dehydrated in the hospital, they don't give you water. They give you electrolytes. They give you Dioralyte, I think it is one of the main ones. And because it's not, when you're dehydrated, it's not the fact that you're not lacking water. Well, you are lacking water obviously, but the thing you're lacking more so than the water is the minerals that the water provides. Now, you know when you see on the bottled water, you see the natural mineral at the source, and these are the minerals that the water actually contains, since it like bleeds through the rocks and the soils and trickles down the mountains, and that's when they catch it after it's been through like thousands of years of going through rocks. So you obviously boil it, let it simmer, add your 1/4 teaspoon of salt in there, Celtic salt. I use grey Celtic, but you can use the standard one. I can't remember what it's called now. And let it settle. When it's not quite really hot, put it in the fridge, cool it down, and it should be okay to drink. Again, alternatively, you can get one of these water filters, but again, it's an expense. A lot of people don't really want to pay or can't afford to. They are expensive, and these filters don't last very long either. They're quite throwaway. Well, not throwaway, but they're very uneconomical. That's the word I was looking for. So that's why we buy we buy the mineral water. A little bit more expensive, but it is a lot healthier for you. Also, cayenne pepper. Right, this is a big subject. I don't know a lot about it because it is a massive subject. Cayenne pepper. It should be in everybody's medicine cabinet. That should be in everybody's medicine cabinet. Cayenne pepper. It works for anything to do with the blood. Anything to do with the blood. Just say you've got even small cuts. If you've got cuts and such, anything to do with the blood, repairing the blood, have a teaspoon or as much cayenne pepper as you can handle. Drink, spoon the lot down, drink your water, and cayenne pepper acts as an anti-inflammatory, and it acts as a blood cleanser. So any impurities you got in your blood, cayenne pepper is the one to have. I mean, there's a story that Barbara O'Neill mentions where she's in America, there's like obviously they live on farms in certain areas, and the family was on one farm and another family was on another farm. The family on one farm left to go to town for some reason, left the kids there, and told the other people on the other farm that they were going to watch the kids, kind of thing. Something I can't remember the exact story, but it's along those kind of lines. And the kid on his own shoots himself with the family gun, with a shotgun. And the neighbour hears it, obviously comes running over, finds out what's going on, and the first thing she does is she spoon feeds him a tablespoon of cayenne pepper. And in the story, the ambulance comes, the doctors look at the wound and say to the lady, she said, "Well, this is the cleanest wound I've ever seen. How come he hasn't bled out yet?" And she mentions, yes, it's because she spoon fed him a bit of cayenne pepper, and it does actually clot the blood. and can protect you in those kind of ways. How true that is, I don't know, but all I know is I've been using cayenne pepper for quite a while now, and you do feel better within yourself when you start doing these little changes. It doesn't seem like a lot of it doesn't seem like it makes a lot of difference, but a lot of little differences make up a massive change in your life. Right, that's another one. Also, I don't have breakfast in the morning, and I don't eat until usually about 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. But then again, I've been up since like half 5, because I start work at half 6. And the best thing to do, and I'm a bit of a slack at doing this, but the best thing to do when you get up in the morning, you have your glass of water, and then shortly after that, you want to have a tiny little capful, because you get a cap on top of the lid of this bottle of apple cider vinegar. Just to have a little capful. It tastes nasty like vinegar. Shoot it straight down you, and that's very beneficial for burning fat, unwanted fat in your in your worst parts, like your stomach, your thighs, etc., etc. The worst kinds of fat, it burns that off. It's very good for you, apple cider vinegar. Another friend you're probably going to have, eggs. I eat a lot of eggs these days. They contain a lot of protein, and they contain a lot of positive, good cholesterol. Your brain is made up of a lot of cholesterol, so that's another reason why that's quite good for you. Now, you probably think I'm mad for doing this, yeah, but a lot of the time when I'm eating my food and stuff, when I'm cooking food, I'll as I'm cooking the food, I'll actually I was saying thank you over and over again, either in my head or whispering it, kind of like this, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. As I'm stirring the spoon around the, like if I'm making spaghetti bolognese, for example, and I'm stirring the sauce, I'll be stirring the sauce, and as I add the garlic, and as I add the herbs, and as I add the sauce, and as I add the mince and all stuff, I'll be saying, I'll put it in, and I'll go, thank you, 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 thank you so much for this meal, thank you, thank you, thank you. And the same with my drinks. When I'm having a drink, before I take a sip, okay, I'll kind of look at the drink, blow into it, and go, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and then I'll drink it. You probably think I'm mad doing that, don't you? Yeah, but it's all logical. There was plenty of logic in what I'm doing and why I'm saying what I'm saying. Now, there was a scientist in Japan. All the best scientists are Japanese. I tell you, they're absolutely amazing. The Japanese. It is another way to live. It is another. It's like another planet over there. They live so differently over there. But anyway, the scientist in Japan, he decided to see the effects of words. See what the effects of words have on water. So what he did was, he filled up 2 glasses of water, and in one he put nothing but positive words like love, care, affection, trust, honesty, yeah, this kind of thing. He put all these kind of positive words into this one glass, and written on paper and stuff like that, yeah. And in the opposite glass, he put in words of hate and destruction and disarray. It was in another glass. And when they froze the waters, they found that the water from the positive glass, it was coming out like pristine snowflakes and perfect shapes and symmetrical cymatic patterns, cymatic divine patterns that you find it in you got to look up cymatics if you want to know more about that kind of stuff. But when water vibrates at certain frequencies, it changes shape as well. It's the same reason why a beehive is the way is in that shape, in that hexagonal grid shape, because when bees wings hum at a certain frequency, and that frequency in the hive naturally creates this natural honeycomb shape. Same thing happens with water. That when you speak positively to water, the same kind of thing happens. It has a beneficial effect on you. It has a beneficial effect on the water, which then gives you more of a beneficial effect. Okay, that's one thing. And also, just another little bit of food for thought. Did you know that the human soul actually weighs something? The human soul, it actually has weight in your body. Another scientist in Japan, a different scientist, he decided to figure out if there really is a soul. So what he did was he took, I think it was 10 people who are about to die, like within days of death or hours of death or something like that. I can't remember the exact premise. But and what he did was he weighed them before they died, And then he came back and he weighed them after they died, and he found that 6 out of the 10 of the 10 people, 6 out of 10, something like that, 6 out of the 10 people lost 21 grams of weight. They weighed 21 grams less. Now, my theory of that is that that's roughly how much the soul weighs, and the 4 that was weighed and didn't lose weight, I would assume, for logical reasons, that maybe they didn't even have a soul. Maybe they were like an NPC, a non-playable character kind of thing in this Matrix thing that we live in. Possibly. That's just a theory. I mean, obviously it's unproven and everything. That's just some stuff in my head that I like to speak. But there you go, guys. That's my little bit of food for thought for today. And if anything hits me later on, I might see you again. Stay healthy out there, guys. Speak to you soon.